Have you ever sat down to send a simple text and suddenly typed, deleted, and ended up staring at your phone like it's a nuclear bomb about to explode? Or maybe you went to a party and now, 3 days later, you're still replaying that one awkward joke you made, thinking, did everyone secretly hate me? Congratulations. You, my friend, are officially an overthinker. And don't worry, you're not alone. Overthinking is basically the human brain's way of trying to be a superhero, but ends up tripping over its own cape. So, why do we overthink? And more importantly, how do we stop torturing ourselves over absolutely nothing? Let's dive in. The brain's default mode. First, let's talk about your brain. Your brain is like that friend who always worries about everything. Except your brain doesn't just worry about your missing keys, it worries about everything. The reason? Evolution. Back in the day, humans had to think about things like, is that rustling in the bushes a wolf or just a squirrel? Overthinking back then literally saved lives. Your ancestors who paused, pondered, and overthought probably lived to pass on their genes, unlike the ones who just shrugged and went, hey, let's see what happens. Fast forward to today. We don't face wolves in bushes, but your brain still thinks it's 10,000 BC. That's why it overanalyzes text messages, social interactions, emails, and even what you should have for lunch. The fear factor. One major reason we overthink is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making the wrong decision. Imagine you're at a coffee shop and the barista asks, do you want your coffee with oat milk? Suddenly, your brain goes, what if soy milk is better? What if I pick oat milk and regret it? What if they secretly judge me for choosing oat milk? All this over a cup of coffee. That, my friend, is overthinking in action. It's fear disguised as careful decision-making. Overthinkers love asking what-if questions. What if I say the wrong thing? What if they don't like me? What if I trip walking up the stairs at my own wedding? Here's the thing. Your brain loves scenarios more than Netflix loves a cliffhanger. It can imagine all the bad outcomes in vivid detail, while the actual probability of them happening is usually tiny. Example. You text your crush and they don't reply immediately. Your brain, maybe they're mad at me. Maybe they found someone better. Maybe I should delete my entire contact list and move to a remote island in Mongolia. The reality? They probably just got distracted. But your brain loves drama more than reality TV. Perfectionism, the silent overthinking ninja. Another reason we overthink is perfectionism. When we want everything to be just right, every choice becomes a mini crisis. Ever spent 20 minutes choosing a profile picture for social media? That's perfectionism plus overthinking in full swing. Your brain says, we must pick the absolute best photo because the world's opinion depends on this exact moment. Spoiler, nobody actually notices. They're too busy overthinking their own lives. Overthinking as a habit. The tricky part is, overthinking is like chewing gum. You start casually, then suddenly your brain is stuck in a loop. Analyze, worry, ruminate, repeat. It feels productive because you're thinking, right? But in reality, your brain is basically running in circles on a hamster wheel, and the hamster is exhausted. Humor helps. Sometimes, the best way to fight overthinking is to laugh at it. Think about your brain like that friend who panics when ordering at a restaurant. You can't stop them entirely, but you can watch them flail and giggle. Example, you're worried about giving a presentation. Picture your brain as a tiny nervous squirrel, wearing glasses and a tie, pacing around with notes. Ridiculous, right? Laughing at your own overthinking can instantly lighten the mental load. Simple ways to stop overthinking. Write it down. Putting thoughts on paper turns a tornado of ideas into something tangible. It's like giving your hamster a tiny notepad. Set a timer. Give yourself 5 minutes to think about a problem, then move on. Your brain can't dwell if it has a strict curfew. Take action. Sometimes the fastest way to stop overthinking is to do something, anything. Even tiny steps break the loop. Reality check. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can really happen? Often, it's way less dramatic than your brain imagines. Conclusion/takeaway. Overthinking isn't a flaw. It's a superpower gone slightly off script. Your brain is just trying to protect you, predict outcomes, and keep you alive. The trick is to remind it, hey, we're not dodging saber-toothed tigers anymore. We're just texting our friend about lunch. So next time your mind starts spiraling, smile, laugh, and maybe picture a tiny squirrel in a tie, because that squirrel is just trying to help in the weirdest, most overcomplicated way possible. And remember, overthinking is human, but overthinking everything, that's optional.